Welcome to Leonardtown, a small town in the heart of St. Mary's County, Maryland. This charming, walkable town is known for its beautiful landscapes, breathtaking waterways, and friendly, welcoming people. When you enter Leonardtown, you'll be transported back in time as you take in the quaint town square and historic buildings. But Leonardtown is undergoing a current renaissance of its own here in its downtown area, with the addition of an eclectic mix of specialty shops, galleries, and world-class restaurants. Our journey in discovering Leonardtown starts with a culinary tour of the fine dining experiences it has to offer. From the freshest of seafood to a mix of cultural cuisines, from Asian and Mexican to Italian and much more. Whether you're looking for an elegant, formal meal to down-home family fare, you're sure to find what you're looking for in Leonardtown. Hi, I'm Andrew Ponte. I'm a resident of Leonardtown, and I want to show you the best dining that this small town has to offer. We have everything that you can get in a big city. Juicy burgers, tasty wings, delicious bagels, and of course, there's the seafood. Whatever you're looking for, it's right here in this quaint little town. There's an amazing restaurant on almost every corner on or around the historic Leonardtown Square, or the Square as we call it. I'll even show you some hidden treasures that are a little off the beaten path that are well worth the short drive. Come join me for a culinary tour of Leonardtown. Next up on our tour is Sweetbay Restaurant and Bar.
Hi, welcome to Sweetbay, Leonardtown, Maryland. My name is Peter Lupo. I'm one of the owners of Sweetbay, and we have a kind of wonderful story on how this place originated in this little quaint town here in Leonardtown, Maryland. Some of the owners are very integrated into the government system and the Navy. And one of the members sits on a board that I sit on in Washington, D.C. She asked me a question about 2 years ago about the restaurant business. It turned into a discussion and a friendship, and she told me she had a building down here in Leonardtown. And she said, how do I get a restaurant like you have up in Washington down into that space? I said, you don't. I said, it costs too much money to build a restaurant like this. You never get your money out, you never get a return, and a town like Leonardtown can't support a restaurant like you have in your mind. The lady's name is Susan Dyer. She said, I think you're wrong. She said, I think I can get somebody to get into your restaurant. A year later, she came back to me and she said, okay, you're right. Can't get anybody to come build my space, because the space, when we took over this restaurant that you see behind me, and you'll see a tour of a little as we go through, costs about $1 million to build when you have a building that's never been a restaurant. And in a little town like this, I just didn't believe you could get that out, and most restaurateurs agreed with me. Susan and her partnership crew disagreed. They stuck with it and said, we don't want fast food, we want a nice, upscale dining experience, and we want to bring a touch of class to Leonardtown. So she convinced me, she got the money together. Together, we got to build a wonderful, wonderful space. And I was wrong. Leonardtown supported us. St. Mary's County in Southern Maryland supported us. And for the past 3 months, pre-March 15th, for the past 3 months before that, we were packed. The community loved us, and we were able to produce food like St. Mary's County, I don't think, has ever seen and hasn't seen and won't see yet again until we get reopened. The chef, Marcel, and some of our staff decided that it was the best thing to do for the community, for ourselves, so we stayed working and the restaurant stayed relevant, to reopen. We changed our menu, still trying to keep it very upscale, but also trying to make it more of a to-go menu. And like all of us in our new norm, we have been trying to create still a great experience for our guests, and the community has continued to support us. I've been in the restaurant business for 20 years. I own 3 restaurants in Washington, D.C., from bar-type restaurants, upscale, trendy spots. This experience, both here in St. Mary's County, and this warmth, people just welcoming and happy to have us here. And then now into this new norm, which is COVID-19, have been a new experience for me. And the last 4 or 5 months for me have been just an all-around roller coaster. And without the COVID side, It's been great. We're gonna take a moment, we're gonna show you a little of this restaurant, a couple of the different spots and spaces, what you can do here, especially once we get reopened. We have a bar atmosphere, we have a comfortable, warm space that's always gonna feel busy, always gonna feel alive. We have a private room in our wine cellar, and we've just started and finished the completion of our patio space that will be reopened as soon as the state allows us to do so. Here at Sweetbay, we want to be able to offer lots of different experiences. We're showing you our wine cellar. This is built down in the basement, and it's one of the reasons I really thought this space was going to be so much fun. We created this space for family dinners, meetings. Behind you, you're always in this element of warmth. We can sit up to 16 people down here. We don't have a minimum as of yet. And we really want people to have a different experience. We have wine tastings, whiskey, tequila tastings, all things that we're going to be able to do, and we're super excited to do going forward. The mayor of the town was the first person to have an event down here. I thought that was traditional, and we're super excited to use it moving forward. Sweetbay came about from, the name of the restaurant came from an offshoot of the other restaurants. My other two sit-down, kind of high-end restaurants in Washington are called Scarlet Oak, which is the state tree of Washington, D.C., and Magnolia, which is, obviously everybody knows what the magnolia tree is. Sweetbay is the name of the magnolia, or the type of magnolia tree here in Southern Maryland. And that's where it came from. We wanted to kind of stay on that same theme. Just as a small note, in my yard, I have a Scarlet Oak tree, I have a magnolia tree, and it is a Sweetbay magnolia. So that is the name and how they all came about.
I'm Chef Marcel from Sweetbay. This is my sous chef Juan. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to do the crab cake. Crab cake is one of the signature dishes for Sweetbay. Let's do it. So first of all, I'm gonna use a saute pan. I'm using olive oil. I'm gonna wait for the olive oil to warm up. And I'm gonna grab the second pan to do the bacon hash. While I create the bacon hash, I was looking to create something different, something that I can go very well with crab cakes. And I came out with the hash. It's very simple to make. Grilled corn, asparagus, tomato, and I create a barblon sauce, which is a butter sauce. And everything blends very well together. Everything's from the scratch. Everything that we do in Sweetbay is from the scratch. Nothing is pre-made. Everything we make it here. And the key for my crab cakes, we use crackers instead of crumbs. We use crackers, and also we use Dijon mustard. That's the wow taste, the Dijon mustard. All right, so now the oil is ready. We're gonna grab the crab cake. What we're gonna do is just gonna sear the crab cake to get a nice crust, and we're gonna finish it in the oven. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. Now we're gonna do the hash, grilled corn bacon, asparagus, tomatoes, and bacon. Just a little salt. Now we're gonna plate it. One sauce on top. There you go.
Two of the things that we really focus on are the drink program and the food program. People always tease me, why do we have paper menus at a classy restaurant? And I'll tell you why, so that we can change it every single week. Every week the chef comes to me and he asks me, hey Peter, is this working? Is this not working? Did you like this? And we are constantly tweaking, changing. He's coming up with new ideas. There's always going to be a few things that are staples, but we are also constantly innovating and changing those things, not just on the food side, but also on the drink side. You see here our crab cakes, which is something that'll be a staple and stay on our menu all the time. We are an upscale American fare. What's American fare? It's everything. America makes everything come together, hopefully, and we like all cultures and we try to embrace every type of food the world has to offer, and then we make it our own. And our chef is an expert at doing that. We've also brought some of my bartenders from Washington, and they have brought some of the most amazing specialty cocktails, and that's a big part of our program. From things we make with fig jam, we make things that explode in your mouth. We have flowers that are edible and you eat them and they leave a sensation and they match the different types of foods that you do. We also always have the latest whiskeys, tequilas, gins, and every other kind of trendy cocktail. When we reopen from COVID, we'll have a smoked bubble Manhattan. They'll pop the bubble at the table and the smoke will billow in your face. So we always want to be on the cutting edge, and we always will be. Out here in front of Sweetbay, we are standing right where our new patio is going to be. We are so excited to open this new feature as soon as the COVID crisis ends and we get the permission to open up. It's going to be a very European style patio setting. We're excited about it. You're going to have full service, cocktails, and events. And it's the perfect place to sit when the music takes place here in the square. We're really, really excited about this opportunity to be part of the community. We can't wait for all the events that take place and the life and activity that takes place here in the square during the summertime. So in our new norm here at Sweetbay, you can order from Tuesday to Saturday night, 4 to 8. Take the order on the phone, place it for you, bag it, organize it. It's done with limited touch. We change our gloves and masks every order. And then we'll find out what kind of car you have and we'll run it out to you. We'll take your credit card either on the phone or we'll grab it at you at the car and run it back and forth. We are aware of the current situation and we want to be as responsible to our community as humanly possible and also keeping our staff safe and the people around us. Here at Sweetbay, we want to thank you so much for your support and your continued support from the beginning of our opening and even at this hard time during the COVID crisis. The other businesses here in the community and us, it is crucial to have your continued support. We all thank you. We're all working together as a restaurant community, and we really thank you for your support and your continued support. Thank you so much to take a glimpse inside of Sweetbay, taking a look at our kitchen, our patio, our bar, our wine room. Thank you for your support, and please, please continue to support us. Come see us soon.
Well, that's it for our first stops on our culinary tour of Leonardtown. Join me next time as we sample more amazing cuisines both on and around the square.